are now listening to Ricky and Lolo's Couples Therapy, brought to you by the Lolo Knows Radio Network. Keeping a healthy perspective is necessary in these tough times we live in. Oh boy, do we have some, and not even just some, a lot to talk about. This last week has been off the hook. The energies have been way into some extreme position. And just people are just out of their damn minds. Okay, so last week, earlier in the week, the whole story blew up about Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson and how they found this video. TMZ blew up a video, and I think it was on the TMZ IG.
Well,
and this man was found with two women.
That was actually not that I care or give a fuck about those people, but that TMZ video was actually from October, and some other club dropped a video from him, and TMZ was actually sitting on that one. So they said, well, fuck it, the cat's out of the bag, so they dropped theirs too.
Really?
Yeah, it was two separate instances. So
there was two separate instances?
Well, two on video, so probably 10,000 instances that actually happened.
Okay. So...
The only reason I know that is because they were talking about it on Allen and Rover, because I don't give two shits about the Kardashians.
I know, but, the whole thing is, and part of the conversation, I think I'm going to tie it to, just the public scrutiny or the humiliation behind that and how they have to be dealing with it, how they do, and how...
Well, don't put yourself in those positions.
Well, okay.
You know how people are. This dude, she was a jump off.
Right.
And then hooked up with this dude.
Right.
What the fuck do you think was going to happen? Sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
So, whatever,
She got her...
And I don't wish that shit on anybody because I've been on the receiving end of it, but whatever, dude. I have way better things to do with my life than be concerned about what millionaires do to each other.
Right. But, this not... They're not just millionaires, honey.
No, that's just what they are. That's literally what they are.
Who?
That's what they are. They're public figures. They chose to be public figures, and they put themselves out there, and they stage all their Instagram posts, and they have all these things going. They're public figures. So when you put yourself in a public figure space and live your life in a public figure manner, those people could disappear. They're fucking loaded. They could fall off the face of the earth tomorrow and never be seen again. That's not what they want. So, this is your life. Boo-hoo. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel bad for you at all. Poor little rich girl got cheated on. Oh, well, sorry. Go dry your tears with money.
So, I think that a lot of them are living their life. Like, look at Kim Kardashian. Do you know how much hate mail or hate messages that I read on a regular
figure.
About her?
She's a public figure.
But she doesn't care. Because it's obvious.
Well, good.
It's like
she
a lot.
Shouldn't. I don't hate them on a success level. I hate them because I hate them. I don't like those kinds of people. So I'm not mad at their success. Be as successful as you want. But when your life is an Instagram post, you can't get mad when people criticize you. You can't get mad when people go at you because that's your choice to put that shit out there. It's like if someone, to scale it down to something more that we could understand, it's like if one of our friends posts a political thing and then I jump up their ass and then they go, well, I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Well, you are allowed to have an opinion. But once you release that opinion into the world, everyone's allowed to shit all over it.
Right.
So the same thing for them. You can live your life through Instagram and Facebook and get paid for it and all that stuff. And hey, more power to you. But once you make that decision, everyone gets to shit all over it. So you can't then be upset or mad.
People want to shit on other people because they're succeeding.
Well, they may just... It's not about success.
Or...
I genuinely don't like them.
No, why?
I don't like those kinds of people. I don't like that superficial... It just all seems very stilted and fake to me. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but just from where I'm sitting and what I see, I do not like them. I don't hate their hustle. That's fine. They seem to work hard. You know, they do have businesses that are legitimate. But at the end of the day, even their come up was kind of shitty. I mean, their whole thing is because Kim got fucked by that dude and released that tape. That's their whole come up. That's why they are where they are.
But isn't that... But here, hold up.
I mean, that's taking a negative and turning it into a positive.
Yeah, and they did, and she did. But you know what? Hold on. No.
But that's a sign of the times.
Listen, but hold on. Kim is one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Look at a picture of her before she
got
cut the fuck up.
Wait a minute. It could have been anybody else, but that was sensationalized. It might have been somebody else, and they would have had the most less impact because it was Kim Kardashian, one of the most beautiful women in the world.
She's not one of the most beautiful women in the world.
That's why they had that.
She's made in a factory. Look at a picture of Kim Kardashian when she was 13 years old. She don't look like that.
Okay, I get it, but she was even beautiful then.
But she
was very beautiful.
But she looked like some girl walking down the street.
No, not hardly. If you've seen early Kim...
Look at all of them. Look at pics of all of them.
Okay.
They look like a regular fucking family.
Well, they're kids, were kids. Look at your picture when you were like in 10th grade.
I look a lot the same.
I mean, no, I assure you do not.
I do.
You are so hot. Like, you got hotter as you got older, dude. You got hotter as you got older, and that's the truth. I wouldn't have dated you back in 10th grade.
Those people are built in a lab. They are not real.
But hold up.
No, I get.
Listen,
they are plastic.
But you're talking to also an esthetician, and
I
know
people, and you should know better. Then you should know better.
Yes, I know but listen, I know they have altered themselves in some way.
Drastically.
A lot of women put in that position. What?
I'm not shitting on them for it. I'm saying they didn't roll out of bed like that. They are built, and they had the means.
Okay, but if you had the money, wouldn't you be kind of built?
No.
Come on now, you wouldn't hire the best trainer to come in and train you real hard for a couple of weeks.
Weights.
Hold on. You wouldn't even do any type of Rogaine on your head.
Nope.
Anything like that.
Nope.
Anything that bothers you that you would remove.
There's
no laser hair removal?
There's nothing that bothers me about me.
Okay, that's good, but hold up. Again, a lot of us women, we get pushed into corners of beauty. And you know what? I'm in that. What I'm saying is a lot of people are a little insecure, including the ones
and do something about it.
Who are really
Be insecure
pretty
and do something about it.
That still alter something about themselves.
Those people are not real. You can do that. I'm not shitting on them for doing that. I'm saying they are not real. Their lives are not real. They have built themselves into a brand.
All I'm saying is, but wouldn't a lot of people in that play that position do that? Don't you think they're? I mean, why aren't they offending me? Why am I not mad?
I'm not offended by them. I don't like them. I'm not offended by them.
I like them.
Good, and you're entitled to. I do not.
See, and you guys can have a difference of it. We can have a difference of opinion.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Cool. It's not. I would never feel bad for them.
Well, they're still alive.
But it's their choice to live it the way they're living it.
But what's wrong with the way they're living it?
Nothing, but then you can't go boo-hoo when you fucking get shit on. That's my point.
No, but they don't. They actually don't.
Yes, they do. They do. And this whole with the cheating thing. You are dating a dude that cheated with you, and now you act surprised and want people to feel bad that he's cheating on you.
That's true. That is true.
Boo-hoo.
Of course.
Boo-hoo. It's all drama.
But
it's all to get ratings. They're not even real anymore.
They're not real anymore.
They're a show.
They are a complete show.
They're a show. They're not even real people anymore. Everything's for ratings.
Do you think that was just a
No, it's absolutely real, but they will parlay it into some sort of financial gain.
Oh, okay. Because that's what they did with Kim at the beginning. I gotcha.
Even when these people get pregnant, they do a pregnancy announcement on Instagram. Then they do a certain update on this. Then they do we're having the baby announcement. Then they schedule the naming the baby post. And it's all at just the right times to hit all the right algorithms to fucking cash the fuck in. It's all bullshit.
But what do you think? Don't you have to thank their team for that? I mean,
no. I'm not shitting on. You're completely missing the point of what I'm saying. You can do all those things. Enjoy your life. Do what you want. Don't fucking cry when people shit on you when you put your whole life on camera.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Kudos to you. You're a millionaire. Knock yourself out. But those people could fall off the face of the earth tomorrow and never be seen again. Because they have the money and the means to do that. So everything that's happening to them is because they are letting it happen. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
The people, you know who I'm mad at? Society. For allowing getting fucked on tape to make you a millionaire. That's who I'm mad at. I'm not mad at the Kardashians. They're just playing the system. We made them. Mm-hmm. So I'm mad at us, not them. Right. They're just cashing checks. But they don't get to boo-hoo on the back end when that's the life you chose to lead.
There's a lot of people that that wouldn't mind that lifestyle. And I you know what? In that lifestyle, it does have its drawbacks.
Yeah, you're in the public.
Yeah.
That's the drawback. Your whole life is subject to criticism. Whole life. Taking a shit, going to the club, drinking too much, not drinking enough, going to this bar, going to that bar, going to this resort, not posting this on Facebook, not posting that on Instagram, posting too much of this on Instagram. Everything you do from the second you wake up until you go to bed, everyone knows about it, and everyone can say whatever they want about it. But that was your choice, so
do you think they're doing that willingly, or they're paid for?
No, they're doing it willingly because it's a machine now. That's what I'm saying. Right. They're not even real people. Mm-hmm. They're literally a reality show to the fullest extent of it. Everything they do is calculated. Everything. Every post, every appearance, every car they drive, every soda they crack open is at the right time, at the right place to get the maximum kickback. Everything.
Sounds like you got life beat.
Sounds like to me like they're getting beat by life.
Why?
I don't want a fucking schedule when I take a shit.
Crazy.
So that it gets the maximum amount of Instagram likes. Fuck that. I have no interest in that shit. I don't want to be told where I can eat on Tuesdays because that's where it gets the most Facebook follows.
Anyway, I know we've gotten way off topic. Oh my God. Okay, hold up. So, in light of that, that was good, honey. That was real good.
Well, it's true. Their whole life is scripted. They've become a TV show.
Oh shit. Here's what I asked. I asked people, fellas, enlighten me on why some men cheat on a woman while they're pregnant. And my boy Andre Decato, who's been on the show before, said if men knew how amazing pregnant sex is, they'd likely stay home. And then I got a couple here who said this girl jumped on and she concurred that. And I asked him, we'll most definitely share this thought. Hold on. How strong would you say, I says, Carly and Tim, how strong would you say your communication was during your pregnancy with Lincoln? Any complications at first or during this time? Anything you would like to add to this conversation, Tim? And then Carly said, very strong. We did all of the appointments together. He knew how I was feeling 24/7, and I knew how he was feeling. Pregnancy can be very overwhelming, so we made sure to put plans in place and make the best of all the crazy hormones. And then I told her I'd like to hear from Tim, and then Tim said, I would say looking back and considering all the changes we had to make during the pregnancy, our communication and closeness weren't affected. My worrying was increased, and I might have been too overbearing at times because of it. But my love for her grew more and more, seeing our baby and her grow. Was it easy? No. We went through a lot of major life events in a matter of months. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. me and you had shared about, we've been talking a lot about communication and how that is a factor.
Well, it's the only factor.
Right.
I mean, you can call it cheating. You can call it cheating during pregnancy. You can call it money talk. You can title it, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, it's just different variations of the same conversation, and that's communication.
Right.
You have to be upfront. So if you don't want to be with this person, whether they're pregnant or not pregnant or whatever, and you just flat out don't want to be with them, then just tell them.
Right. Here's what David responded to. Our friend David G. He said, depends on how the relationship is going into the pregnancy. Disclaimer, I've never cheated in any relationship. If the relationships and sex life is rocky going into the pregnancy, some guys put in a lot of themselves to get nothing back. And when another girl offers them the affection, they're lacking in a break from their reality. Sometimes the temptation of a quick switch up is too much.
Well, people also there's a lot of stupid people out there that think that having a kid will save their shitty relationship. So the worst thing you can do for your shitty relationship is throw another variable into it.
Mm-hmm. And here I just wanted to share a few of these. You had said, I don't get the cheater mentality in any situation, let alone a pregnancy. Life is stressful enough without having to sneak around like a CIA agent. And if you don't want to be with someone, just tell them or discuss your issues before it gets that bad. Most things can be worked out with a simple talk.
Right. Which I stand by that point. I mean, and to extrapolate on it, even when I was single and dating people or whatever, I'm a one person. It's too much. It's too much. Even if I wasn't locked into something, that's whether they were dating other people or whatever, I wasn't, because I just can't.
Right.
It's too much to be making two sets of plans and this person talking to that person, mm-hmm. and then it causes too much trouble, man. Just I know people that do it. I know people that can do it. But it's not for me, man.
Right.
I'm a simple person. I want to do the things I want to do and pursue my hobbies. And do I want a relationship? Obviously, I'm in one. But I also want to, that's not my life. That's not, you know what I'm saying? I have shit to do. And these people that are just in, dating 2, 3, 4 people or always going out or what, that's... What are you doing? What are you getting done?
It's like they have too much time on their hands to be doing all that.
Or they're just, that's what they're into. I mean, if that's what you're into.
And some just have, some have the means to do that. And, and then there are some that are just trying to be on some come up.
I just can't.
Be a variable amount of things.
Yeah, I just, I have enough hobbies. Chronically dating people has never been one of them. So...
Thank God. This guy, Matthews, I'm going to read a couple more. He said, some women lose the want for sex because they get bigger. They don't feel as sexy. Men need to remind the women how beautiful she is when pregnant. And I literally love that point. Because, some women do. They become a little bit insecure. During that time, a lot of changes, a lot of hormones, a lot of feeling different. You're not feeling the same. You feel like shit most of the time. I mean, I've done this. I've been pregnant 3 times.
Yeah, I don't really know. This is way outside of my.
I'm just saying, but men need to remind the woman on how beautiful she is when she's pregnant. Maybe
I think that's anytime, man.
To help out with that. If you see that she's becoming distant or maybe whatever, just continue to emotionally bond with this woman that you're with. Remember, fellas, women just need a little extra, appreciation and love from you, and to hear, oh my God, you're so beautiful and you're so sexy. Those words go a long way with us. And, a lot of you just stop courting us and being romantic with us and stop dating us. Even with pregnancy, you should, even I know that there are situations when it's not planned and, especially if a relationship is young, and it kind of freaks people out, especially in the bit. Who knows what Tristan's reasons were for cheating on Chloe.
I know. He's $1 million basketball player that travels around the country and can fuck anybody he wants to. I cracked the case, everybody. We can call off the search.
And then I had some women jump in, like Jennifer, who said men cheat because they are a cheater, no reason necessary.
Right, and I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't even know what we were talking about. I was talking about they were talking about these, not to go off topic, but someone made a post about school shooters or people that commit crimes or whatever, and I was like, that behavior's in you or it's not. And cheating's the same thing. You're either capable of it or you're not. It's not, no one dips their, you might once. You might dip your toe in that pool and just have a breakdown and realize, okay, that's not in me. That's not who I am. Mm-hmm. But if it happens more than once, then that's just in you. And you can fight it, and you can recommend, and you can correct it, but it's in you. It's a behavior that's in you. So it's something that people are capable of or they're not. Just like murder or doing drugs or smoking cigarettes or whatever. That is something that your brain is okay with or it isn't.
Mm-hmm. Brian Barnett said, severe lack of faithfulness and morals. Nothing in this world is worse than a cheat. Joe Johnson said they didn't want to have the baby and the women didn't give them a choice.
That's a problem. Yeah, but I mean, again, that doesn't have to be a cheating thing. You can just be like, all right, you want to have this kid? Fine, I'll fucking kick you your money every month or whatever. That doesn't explain the cheating. Like, that explains the wanting out, but you don't have to cheat on someone to get out of a relationship. I know some people think you do.
My friend, we have Calvin Taylor, who said that they're mentally immature.
Well, again, I think that could be a take on it, but I don't know if it's a sign of immaturity. I definitely think it's just something that's in you or not.
I want to read this one by Jay Johnson. He says the cheat mentality is an addiction, addicted to attention, sex, the chase, the sentiment of masculine power over women through sex is echoed through society. It's simple yet complex, looking for the freedom of detachment while being attached. We tend to look at men because men cheat with sex. I believe it is far more rampant with women who only sleep with one man but create their perfect mate out of the multiple friends they have that fulfill various desires. Having regrettably been a cheater in the past and moving forward from that mindset, I have a strong point of view on the subject. Any break in the confidence, intimacy, or privacy of a couple is cheating in my book. I think we overlook the person who runs to another emotionally and focus on the ones who penetrate or get penetrated physically. Also, it's all about love. I believe most, even the dirt dog cheater, seldom cheats on true love.
Yeah, I mean, if you really are with someone for the right reason, it goes back to the marriage topic that we had, and we were talking about divorce. No good marriage ever got divorced, so no good relationship probably ever ends in cheating. I mean, I understand that situations crop up or mistakes happen, but at the end of the day, you're probably not going to cheat on someone that you really want to be with. Mm-hmm. So... yeah, there's some truth to that, but he kind of touched on some stuff too about society, and that's perpetuated and things like that, in movies and music and whatever. But I think we as adult men you still have control. You can say, oh well, maybe young black men growing up in those situations and that listen to rap music or whatever and are surrounded by that kind of image or feel away, or maybe even go the other way. A rich person that's used to getting their way is surrounded by that image. But you're still a human being and you're fucking in control. You're a blank slate.
Right.
When you're born. So your behavior is learned or taught or picked up or whatever. And at the end of the day, you still control you. Yeah. Unless you have some kind of fucking mental disorder and you're locked up in a padded room somewhere, you're in control. So when these people say things or blame things on that, I understand that there's addictive personalities, but you know what? You can stop it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's women or drugs or video games or going out or cheating, or you're in control of these arms and legs,
right,
and where they go and what they do. So anything else is a cop-out. Blame society, blame music, blame movies. They want to blame video games for kids shooting up schools. No, some people just suck.
yeah.
And they refuse to say, this is my fault, or I'm this way.
All right, which brings me to, I'm going to read this last one by Rose Emilia. She said, some men are just selfish and won't deny themselves their carnal desires. My ex-husband has cheated on every woman he's ever been in a relationship with, whether pregnant or not, whether the relationship was having problems or not. He doesn't need a reason to cheat. If he sees a woman he desires, he helps himself to her with no regrets. He sees nothing wrong with this behavior because he's of the opinion that as long as a man is a good husband, father, and provider, women should just look the other way when this happens.
But that's a shitty fucking... Again, see, that's a cop-out. So, that guy's a fucking piece of shit because you're not a good... Well, no, he is.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
He
you're
is.
not... But you're not those other...
I'm just laughing the way you
But
just said
you're
that.
not those other things. They're mutually exclusive. You're not a good father, husband, and provider if you're sleeping with every chick that walks in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you good. I mean, there's plenty of fucking rich people in the world that are fucking dickheads. Doesn't make them good just because you have the means.
Right.
So, yeah. But to that guy's credit, just own it. This is the way I am. So if you want to be with me, this is the shit that you're going to have to put up with. And if a chick chooses to get in that situation, then it's her fucking problem.
Yeah, right.
Which takes us full circle back to the Kardashian thing. You made your bed, fucking lay in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the chick didn't know how the guy was, and he wasn't upfront, and he wasn't honest, okay, then yeah, that guy's a scumbag.
I'm going to get to the other subject that I have. Because I actually wanted to... I had a couple people actually share their stories here. And I'm just like, I'm just amazed that so many, there's a lot of us that have gone through this. And there's so many people that are still hurt or maybe still trying to get over it. They've probably had a result that's, a lot of us have been burned. So a lot of us need to also grow from this, and forgive the situation so we can forgive ourselves for being in it in the first place. I think a lot of us have a hard time with that. Letting go of what happened. I feel like we become too attached.
Well, this is hard for me because I'm the most detached person in the world. Mm-hmm. But so I definitely see where that can be a problem, and I definitely see a lot of people suffering from that. But again, and to go full circle again, we control us. We control how we feel. We control what we do about things. We control the situations that we don't control the situation. We control how we handle situations. So it's up to us to make that choice to stop feeling the way that we're feeling. Mm-hmm. People say, well, this and that. It goes back to what I always say. Getting mad is a reaction. Staying mad is a choice.
Right.
Well, getting hurt is a reaction. Staying hurt is a choice. Getting sad is a reaction. Staying sad is a choice. Mm-hmm. You have to be in control of yourself. And, getting drunk happens. Staying drunk forever is a choice.
Right.
We have to be in control of ourselves.
Right.
And take responsibility for our actions. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are people out there that have genuine psychiatric disorders or suffer from depression or certain things, but I think a lot of that stuff's overdiagnosed too. I think most people just don't want to take responsibility for how they are. Mm-hmm. And, just say, hey, I need to kind of quit being a piece of shit and just knock it the fuck off.
I have a story here which kind of, just good that you're talking about this. But here's from the opposite side. I mean, I asked about, there were some people that chimed in, especially a few men who were talking about, women cheat too and everything else.
Oh, but that wasn't really pertinent to the topic.
That was pertinent to the topic because, there have been some...
You were talking under a specific condition.
Right, like pregnancy.
Right.
So, and a lot, there are people that want to. So I posed a question about cheating, if anybody wanted to share their story. So I got one from this guy named Lee. Okay, and Lee's story is this. Here is my story. My ex had an affair on me. She moved in with the guy. A year later, she asked to come back home. All I wanted was to have her back. However, she never changed and the guy was always in the background. I was never allowed to discuss it with her. For many years, I've always had chances to sleep with either a client or an occasional woman I would meet. I mean, these ladies would come straight out and they say they wanted to fuck me. I never gave in, but 3 years after my wife came back, our marriage was non-existent. We hadn't had sex in years, and she moved into another bedroom. I was lonely, so when a neighbor kept coming around, Vicky was coming around unannounced for months. I began to flirt with her. One thing led to another. We became lovers. A year later, I moved out. This is not something I'm proud of, nor do I let any of my friends do it without me, trying to talk them out of it. I should have acted like a man and either worked things out or just moved out before I let things deteriorate to that extent. In the 20 years since I've had more than one lover who turned out to be cheating on her husband, they always say the same stupid thing, but I don't care. I end it with them. It became a thing that I had to ask a woman if she was married before things went too far. Oh, and I have talked with my fiance about my last as well. I spoke to my pastor about things that I did, and I went to my ex to apologize.
Fuck that. I wouldn't apologize to that. Should have been fucking sleeping outside in the first place.
Oh my God.
Well, no, she started all of this.
I know.
This guy sounds like a guy who needs a fucking medal. Jeez, putting up with that much shit and then finally breaking down.
But this is the whole thing. The whole point was.
But see, that guy, again.
Women do some doggy dog shit
but that
too.
Guy,
even though guys get.
That guy ain't. See, he's like me. He don't have that in him. When he did something that was even a little bit scandalous, he buckled. Some people can't handle that pressure. That's how I am too. Like, the thought of that makes me sweat. Like, I don't do secrets. I'm an open book. You want to know? Fucking ask. Right. I'll tell anybody anything. 'Cause I can't handle that shit. I can't carry shit around. I'm twitchy enough, man. I don't need that. And that guy's sounds like he's the same way. Like, he can't be carrying that kind of shit around.
Yeah, and that's all, that's all what it is at the end of the day. You just, be honest and just let that shit go. Man, we kind of got cut off there for a minute. I love the edit button, don't you, baby?
The edit button, a.k.a. me loading in a bunch of shit and chopping shit up. And to her, it's a button. To me, it's 20 minutes of my time.
Anyway, Michelle's letter. I don't like to put my relationship with Mike on Facebook. Yes, we have problems. So does every relationship. We solve them. We communicate. I'm learning to communicate more and better with them. Back to my point. I'm responding to your post because when I was pregnant, I was sick a lot. I was extremely anxious about losing Henry due to a previous miscarriage, and I didn't want to do anything with Mike due to my anxiety and fear. Even though I knew I'd be okay, and so would Henry, my anxiety took over. Mike was extremely patient with me, understanding most of the time. Sometimes I think guys may never fully understand all the emotions women go through when pregnant. However, he never cheated on me. He's never cheated on me at all in our whole 9.5 years together while I was pregnant. He waited for and respected me. I think it's simple. Yes, maybe he wanted me to not be so anxious, but he had the patience to wait. I just think some guys aren't able to be patient enough or understanding enough to either wait for their significant other to feel comfortable enough with the pregnancy and or themselves while being pregnant.
I think that you should be able to go 9 months without something. That's not to say that like you can't have sex when someone's pregnant or whatever. Or I think that you should be able to go 9 months without anything. Not sex, just anything. Cigarettes, smoking weed, doing coke if that's your thing, doing drugs, driving fast, whatever. Like, shut yourself off from the things that you like to do sometimes. It's healthy. It proves that you're still in charge of yourself. Just recently, I put my Xbox away for like 2 weeks. Because you kind of said I was playing video games a lot and I wasn't getting music done. And so I unhooked my Xbox and I put it in a drawer for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. I don't remember exactly how long it was. That's like my favorite fucking thing in the world to do. Is play video games. Right. And I just stopped. Because I can. Yeah. Because I'm in control of me.
Do you feel like you feel like you're being intentionally tested when I
no, not like even that? You. It has nothing to do with you. It's my decision.
It's your decision.
If you made it like, if you said, "Hey, I feel like you're playing video games too much," I could just be like, "Fuck you."
Right.
I'm an adult.
Right.
I pay my bills. I bring money home. You know, I do the things I'm supposed to do. So if this is how I choose to use my free time, I can.
Right.
I made that decision.
Yeah.
To do that. You may have planted the seed, and I appreciate that. That's fine. But I am an adult. I decide what I want to do. To relate another story to it, many, many years ago, I used to smoke cigarettes a lot. Like, from the time I was, like, 14 until I was, like, I don't know, probably, like, 25. Like, I smoked shitloads. Like, just as fast as I could get them. Smoke. And we were at my buddy's house one day, and we were all sitting around, like, drinking, getting high and whatever, and smoking. And somehow we got on the topic of quitting smoking. And they were like, "Oh, you'll never quit, blah, 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 blah." And I just took a big old hit off of my fucking Marlboro menthol, and I fucking mushed that fucker in the ashtray and quit right there. Because I'm the boss of me. Mm-hmm. I choose what I want to do. So and I do that sometimes. I'll quit drinking for a couple weeks or whatever because you gotta prove to yourself that you're still the boss.
You're still the boss.
Like if you smoke weed,
right?
Quit for a month. If you drink every day, quit for 2 weeks. You know, you got to show yourself that you're still in charge. And that goes back to the same thing.
Right.
Of you control your emotions, you control your arms and legs,
right.
You control where your dick goes.
Right.
Fucking, and all those same things.
You think people just make excuses for
It's all
behavior.
excuses. It's all excuses. And yes, like I said earlier, there are people that have genuine problems.
Yeah.
There are people that have mental problems.
Some people think, sex addiction. Somebody posted something.
But all addiction.
But we can have addictions to a lot. I think.
Well, you can be addicted to anything. But the problem is, addiction starts off as a choice.
As a choice. Addiction starts off as a choice. Folks.
What happens is then your brain literally changes. Like, they've done studies on this shit, especially with drugs and stuff.
Right.
Your brain chemistry literally changes to where you become dependent on it. So when people say, "Oh, addicts are pussies and they're just making excuses," well, they're not. You can become chemically and physically addicted to something to where it changes the way your body works and functions. But initially, that was a choice.
Right. You
chose to do that, and then you chose to let it get to that point.
Right.
You didn't do one line of coke and become a cokehead.
Right.
You did one line of coke and then another line of coke, and then 5 months later you couldn't quit. And now your brain's been physically changed and you have an addiction. Mm-hmm. You didn't smoke one cigarette and become addicted to cigarettes. You smoked 2 cigarettes, then 4 cigarettes, then it was a pack a week, then it was a pack a day, and now you're addicted. So, and sex is the same thing. You know, oh, you got away with cheating once, or you slept with a couple girls, and then it was a couple more, and then it was the next thing, and you never stopped yourself.
Right.
You never pumped the brakes and said, "I got to get me under control."
Yeah, like
always quit shit. Hold yourself back.
Right. Okay. Last topic.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten deleted as a friend by somebody and wondered why? No warning, no conversation. I've gotten this several times. How does it make you feel?
I've gotten deleted by lots of people. I've never wondered why.
What do you think? Why do you think the main reasons that people would delete somebody off of Facebook?
I think that, well, I mean, speaking from personal experience, because usually they get in an argument with me and I'm making good points and they don't like that. Mm-hmm. So, that. But no, there's tons of reasons, man. I mean, okay, let's set the table. Are we talking about a friend or a Facebook friend?
Right. Exactly.
First of all, if it's a friend, then you have some work to do. You need to either hit this person up, you need to hit the person up and just be like, hey man, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And be prepared for whatever answer they give you.
Right.
Now, if it's an acquaintance, I don't know why anyone would waste 2 fucking seconds of their time.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't affecting your life that they were your friend.
Right.
So why would it affect your life that they are not?
I've gotten some, I've been really happy. I feel like I'm really engaging my friends on Facebook. I want to really talk with them. I think it's really healthy just to put out, just some questions that I know that's on a lot of people's minds, because, a lot of people are getting.
But let's redefine something, or let's set some terms. What is a friend?
What is a friend?
In the digital age,
Friend
that
is
term.
me and you.
Well, no, but in the digital age, that term has lost its meaning.
Right.
I have 2,000 friends. No, you fucking don't.
Right.
Because you can't have 2,000 friends.
Right.
Because friends are someone that you entertain.
Right.
They're someone that you spend time with,
Right.
or
Somebody
speak to, or
hang out with,
or have history with.
Right.
You don't have that with 2,000 people.
Right.
We've wiped our ass with the term friend.
Right.
It doesn't hold any value now.
Exactly.
So, and I have friends that I don't really talk to anymore, but I still consider them my friend because we have history. Or I have my current friends because I do speak to them and I do engage them. And then there's these acquaintances, or even one step further than that, digital acquaintances.
Digital acquaintances.
Just people that we like the same kind of music, or, we met at a party, and we don't speak, or we just see each other out. And that's fine. But if one of those people gets twisted about something I say on Facebook, or maybe they're just cleaning house.
Right.
Maybe they want to scale back and they say, I don't want this digital footprint.
Right.
I want 100 friends instead of 1,000. So maybe you just didn't make the cut.
Right.
Or there's an infinite amount of reasons. And if you're not willing to pursue the person to get a hard and fast answer, then I think it does you no good to put too much thought into it. People get very caught up in digital stuff, and I think most of it's bullshit, which kind of, again, circling back around, it brings me back to the Kardashian thing. I don't particularly hate them. I just don't really respect them because they operate in that digital world. And don't get me wrong, Facebook's great. Mm-hmm. Facebook's great. It's a necessary evil. I understand that it's a double-edged sword, and it's the world that we live in. And I embrace technology. I love it. But it's still not real. It's not where the real world operates.
I want to read a couple of these replies I got. Khalil from Columbus, he said, it pisses me off when it's somebody that I thought highly of that obviously didn't think the same way with me at first. Then usually I find out it's because I got too damn real and they couldn't take it.
Yeah, that kind of bounces back to my take on things. But when you are an opinionated person, such as myself or Khalil, you have to be willing to lose some people along the way. That's going to happen. So I see his point, but you can't really lose sleep over that. You got to hold your convictions up and stand by your statement. And if you lose some people along the way, then those weren't the people you needed anyway.
Right.
Because you got a vision.
Right.
If you're posting like against racism or some shit, and some chucklehead that you went to high school unfriends you because deep down inside he's probably kind of fucking racist or something. Well, okay, that's a bummer because you thought you knew that guy, but at the same time, that's not a guy you want on your team anyway.
Right.
So, I get it. It's hard, but you can't. I just keep my head down, man. I just keep moving.
Joe Little from the Rude Boys hit me up on this post too. He says, "LOL, I can't tell if someone has unfriended me every blue moon. Room pops up for me to friend up someone on the waiting list."
And that's true too. If you're a DJ or an artist or something like that, and you let those people kind of into your personal page, you hit your numbers.
All right.
You max out.
Right.
So that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, if your friends list is so goddamn full that you can't even take more friends, and
right.
you're sweating off the one or two people that don't like you, fuck that shit. Like, it's not worth it.
Right. Well, I was really happy with all of the replies I've been getting so far, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up this show. Go to loloknows.com for everything that's Lolo Knows. Also, Unplanned.
Unplanned Facebook, Unplanned Music on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Ricky Spanish on SoundCloud. Ricky Spanish 13 on Twitch. Ricky Spanish on YouTube. I don't know. We're all over, man.
I know. I love your morning drive. The morning drive show. You think you're going to do one this week?
Yeah. I kind of just take them as they come. It's been getting kind of Trump centric, and that's low hanging fruit. I don't like to punch down, and that guy's a moron. So I don't want to do that all the time. If something else comes up that I feel like I should talk about, but yeah, Unplanned's doing some really cool shit, man. We have a really huge excited show that is not announced yet. It'll be mid-May, so mark your calendars off for that. I can't wait to tell you guys about it. We have merch now. Hit K up for all that stuff. We got sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. We're going to be doing some patches, maybe some other small things.
Actually, hit her up on Instagram, Downtown KMB, or actually go to Unplanned Music and send a message.
And we have emails and stuff, and there's countless ways to get a hold of all of us. We'll steer you to the right channels that you need to go to. I'm tagging with Logan on Friday. John Voights LeBaron will be playing our first set in like 2 years. I'm super excited to play with him again. We'll be at McCarthy's. There's so much going on Friday, right now, guys.
The McCarthy show's this Friday, and that begins at 10 p.m.
Yeah, usual stuff, man. But there's so much shit going on. Yeah,
I actually just forgot all the shit I had going on.
Laura's got new paintings up at the 9. Hit her up for prints. She's been selling prints like crazy. You guys are crazy if you don't have one. There's just so much shit going on right now, guys.
There is. We'll try to keep... You know what?
Keep yourself informed. Fuck you if you don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I'm out there. I'm out there. I'm
too.
plugging. She's out there. Kay's out there. Logan's out there. Josh is out there. Brendan's out there. We're all out there plugging. So if you don't know what we're doing, it's your fault.
Exactly.
Your fault. You have no one to blame but yourself. Quit being lazy.
All right. And on that note, you guys, we'll talk to you next week. Bye now.